What do I normally say?
Hello and welcome to Flappity Flap Podcast with your hosts, Brandon and Sarah. I don't know if that's the formula or if we change it every time, but Maybe. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We want to keep things fresh.
Hi.
Hi.
Everybody.
Hey, everybody. I don't know what that was. It was like I wanted to do Dr. Nick, but then I changed.
Hey, everybody.
Then I changed my mind and...
I'm off-brand Dr. Nick.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, sorry.
So what do we want to bring you today? Oh, because Brandon bought ingredients and then made... I keep wanting to say giri haji, like the show, because it's onigiri and giri. What does giri mean? Do you know?
No.
Is there like a... Come on, don't do that. Don't be bashful. Is it really not?
I don't. I know what giri means.
What's
it means
that?
like close call.
Oh.
Or, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So he made onigiri, which onigiri means handheld or handle?
Nigiri means handle.
Nigiri. Oh, okay.
I think like a door handle or like a handle type of thing.
Okay.
So onigiri is a kind of food.
Mm-hmm. What's the oni mean?
It's like an honorific O before nigiri.
Honorific.
Honorific.
So a tuna roll, a tuna rice thing needs an honorific? Like Mr. Tuna Roll?
I don't really...
What's an honorific? Maybe I don't actually know.
I don't think I really know what it means.
I'm sorry. Am I putting you on the spot?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I understand what it means in like certain contexts, but I don't really know what it means when you're talking about like osake or onigiri.
Oh.
Like gokazoku means like your family. Kazoku means family. So gokazoku is like your family.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, honorific makes sense to me that way. But I don't understand it with food items and stuff. I'm sure somebody will school me in the comments.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe Andy.
Uh-huh.
You idiot.
You stay out of this, Andy.
You fucking idiot. You don't even know.
Yep. You're probably right. Not that he does that. That's what it made it sound like he's such a know-it-all. Actually, what's the thing? I can't do it. Actually. Yeah. The way that you can with the weird lisp and everything.
Well, I only was able to do that from Sark. Mr. Sark. Mm-hmm. How he does his back of the... I can't even do it.
You do it all the time. You're just being bashful. Again.
I can't do it.
You say, actually.
Actually.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do that. Mine just ends up being like spitty or...
Try it.
Actually... Oh, I did it a little bit.
Did it.
I did it. Yeah. But I really have to
Congratulations.
Actually... Oh my gosh, I did it. That's like the first time I've been able to do it is on camera. I mean, on audio.
It was a genuine look of surprise and on delight. Your face. Yeah.
So where were we going with that?
Talking about this show.
Onigiri.
Oh, yeah. So.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, we haven't gone to that yet. So
onigiri is you do like a rice ball and you can fill it with stuff. And Brandon made tuna mayo, and then he watched a lady how she rolls it into a big ball, flattens it out, and then you put like a little spoonful, and then you roll it up, and then you make like a little triangle shape, and then you wrap seaweed around it, and that's like your little handle, so your hands don't get all sticky from the rice, and then you mac down on it hardcore.
Yeah, they're really good.
And it was good. Like it was more satisfying than I thought, which is weird because I really like tuna mayo rice, but like you said, with the smell of the seaweed and
smelling the seaweed and biting into the, the rice and the tuna mayo, it's so good. It was
really good. And sticky, I guess sushi rice is, like I didn't know it was a different type of rice than, like the white rice that we make.
Yeah, it's like really short grain and really, I don't know, it definitely looks different. They look like little pearls or something.
Oh, okay. But you said did you say it's pre-salted and pre-sugared or something? Or
no, that was the sauce. That was the vinegar stuff. Okay.
But the rice is sweeter, isn't it?
I don't know, actually. I think I tasted it before putting any of the seasoning in, and it just tasted like rice.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
It's just
I forgot
you
put sauce in it, and that's because it did taste sweeter. So that makes sense. It was really good. But I'm like, then everything I put on top of that, even though it's been a couple hours, just keeps, I think, like re-expanding the rice in my stomach or something. Because like I ate an apple and drank something, and I was like, oh my God, I feel so full. So anyway.
Well, rice, I mean, it'll like compact you. And I was talking to you earlier
Compact
about
or impact?
impact.
Like an impacted bowel.
Yeah, it'll impact you. That's.
It will compact in your intestine and impact you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know
you get
words.
It. You get what we're saying. We might have trouble pooping. Unless we chug a bunch of water. My aunt used to always tell me, always has good advice around pooping. She's like, do some stretches. You're constipated. You need to have a poop. You're cranky. You need to have, we're very like poop centric family.
You're definitely a poop centric family.
But that's one thing is like we would go get like Chinese takeout when I worked at the company
but it's
she
a
worked out,
thing.
which was a Japanese owned company, by the way.
Yeah.
And we go get takeout and I eat a bunch of rice and she'd be like, you need to chug a bunch of water now because you're going to have trouble poop. Like just like every day, if she hasn't pooped, it's like, she's like, chug water, I need to poop. It's like a very Swedish maybe thing.
I think it's healthy.
Yeah. My great grandfather, I think, is where we got it. And I think it's the Swedish in him because when my other aunt's husband met him for the first time.
Gotta have a healthy BM.
In the convalescent hospital. Healthy. They were like, hey, Grandpa, how you doing? And he was like, good. Had a great BM today.
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
That was like Jerry's first introduction. Grandpa. And he was just like...
I did a healthy poop. It was this big.
But sometimes it can be game changing. Like my roommate in college used to call it like a Sunday SHIT because it was like that one where you're like, oh. Anyway, see, I had to go down that road. You never had a Sunday shit?
I mean, I think I do every day. Not a Sunday shit, but I think I do lucky. A thing every day.
Yeah, but like it's a really different, it's on another level.
Sunday shits? Why is that? Because you gorge on Saturday
It's not really on Sunday, but I think that was her word for it because it was like good. Like a really good one.
Huh.
Anyway, transformational. Transformational?
What is?
Poop. A poop. A good, it's just a certain type of poop. Let's move on. You
come out of the bathroom a different person. You're glowing.
Your complexion is clear. And
I have been reborn.
I have exorcised the demons and flushed them.
Come out from your green cloud.
In my little cloud. So anyway, onigiri, it was really good. You did a good job.
Thanks. I kind of fucked up the rice.
And
you should have done the rice, I think.
Oh, but so you must have originally put enough water in it because then you said you added too much.
I did equal parts, and apparently you're supposed to do 2 cups of water for 1.5 cups of rice.
Oh, right. Okay.
Super riveting stuff for the listener.
Anyway, so
I made mushy rice.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was okay. Good.
I mean, it tasted the same.
Well, we can always try again. I have no objection to trying your onigiri.
It is good.
Really, you have good like adjective use. Fuck. Can we redo that?
Really that burn up.
Can we retake that insult so I can get it just right?
Your adjective use is really good.
It was like something I said to you earlier where I had like a bunch of spit in my mouth and I couldn't enunciate it. And I was like, God damn it.
It happens.
Maybe he won't notice, and you definitely noticed and pointed it out. So anyway, then we wanted to continue watching this little show that we found on Netflix that we were really making fun of at first because it's just like a weird production. I don't know if the budget's kind of...
I think it's very low budget.
But it is... Do you disagree that it's really good? Or is it because I'm coming... So it's a Japanese show about a guy, and I don't think you get his name yet. We're like 8 episodes in, and all his patrons just call him Master. And he's got a diner, but it's not like a greasy spoon diner. It's like... Go ahead.
It's like a really tiny, house front
restaurant
type call it a shop
restaurant. Yeah, it's got like a bar. I mean, the whole thing is like a bar, like you sit up on high stools, and the premise is he has like one item on the menu which is like pork miso. I actually wrote it down. Pork miso soup combo, beer, sake, shochu, is that what you called it?
Shochu, yeah.
But he pretty much will make anything you ask for as long as he has the ingredients, so people love it because he's a good cook. And he's just nice and easy and quiet, but they like talk to him about their problems, so every episode is like a different patron, like what's going on in their life, or just kind of funny. So I don't know if it's charming because it's Japanese and I don't speak Japanese, and so it's like novel
It's a little
because
bit
of
of like
that.
culture exposure.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, what would a word for it be? Like, I hate to use the word quaint, but it's quaint.
But it's also somewhat self-aware because sometimes I'll be
Yeah.
like, why? And you're like, that was a joke. And I'm like, oh, okay. But like, so I think the budget is not very big. So like the intro credits are kind of crap. It's really long intro. It's like 2 minutes or something. And then the background, they like show the night sky with the moon and then like a seagull or something flying. And it's really fake and bad. But I'm like, is that on purpose? I don't get like the cultural, like
I
the
don't
sense of
know.
humor maybe. And then,
Yeah, they might be referencing things.
I don't know.
That it's just going over our heads.
Yeah. But the show itself, I mean, for the most part, I'm genuinely
And what's it called again?
Midnight Diner. Sorry.
Midnight
I should have
Diner.
said that the very first thing.
On Netflix.
Yeah. And I think there's like 3 or 4 seasons. And then, so Brandon was really making fun of it. I think also because he, you know, you know more about Japanese stuff. And so you're going to be like
bit.
maybe more defensive, or not defensive, but like you were like, this is what they're highlighting on Netflix. Like there's way better stuff.
There has to be better little comedy kind of shows.
But as we watched it, don't you feel like we're both like really kind of becoming attached to it? And like there are some stories or things that they do that it's like, oh, that was kind of dumb. But for the most part,
I think because it's always different. That's what is intriguing me about it. Because like, especially from the first couple episodes, you know, it's like, what's next with this crazy weird show?
it kind of does remind us of Cheers, maybe just because you have this
At a bar.
repetitive format. It's at and
The
I
regulars.
think for like comfort viewing too, like you want to always see.
I hated Cheers.
Yeah,
Oh
I know,
my gosh.
but my point is, you have this recognizable like homey. This is a place, you
When
know, that's
that song
comfortable.
would come on.
Yeah, I don't really care for
How does that song go again?
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. For me, that's like the MASH theme. I fucking hate it. Like I want to put my fist through the TV and like tear someone's jugular out. Can you tear a jugular out?
Through my own face.
Yeah. No, take it out on someone else. Don't punish yourself. But anyway.
I think you probably can tear your jugular
Like, what
out.
is the jugular? Is it just, yeah. I guess
Jugular
if an animal
is your
can do it.
veins. It's these big...
I thought those were carotid, or is your carotid your one artery? Is your, anyway, let's,
Wait, I don't actually know.
yeah, you don't.
I'm pretty sure your jugular is...
Maybe it's just this part, the front part of your throat.
That would be your throat. That would be your esophagus.
Let me look it up really quick.
Let me speak scientifically about this because I know so much. It's your esophagus.
What, I forgot what I was looking up. Jugular. Oh, there is a jugular vein. Okay. The word jugular refers to the throat or neck. Ha!
But
It derives from the Latin jugulum, meaning throat or collarbone, and the Latin jugum, meaning yoke. To go for the jugular is to attack a vital part that is particularly vulnerable.
Juggalo.
But this is like saying it's a vein. Anyway, but I guess informally it's like your throat. You know, you get your throat torn out.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
She has to be right.
No, I think
just
you're
kidding.
right. It was vein. But anyway. How?
How did we get on this topic?
Yeah.
Ripping our own jugulars out.
Ah, because a song drives us to madness. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. You brought me back to it.
Sorry.
Where everybody...
Yeah, I don't like it either. Stop it. Stop it.
And
Stop
how
it.
does the, like... I can't
And they're
remember.
always glad you came.
Oops, sorry.
Careful.
Sorry, everyone. The thing I hated most about that
Why are you
song...
grabbing your boob?
Because it feels good.
The comfort?
The thing I hated most about that song was the instrumental part for some reason, but I can't remember it. I remember.
Do you want me to play it right now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But I don't think we can
I think you
know.
can. I mean, we're not monetizing this, so.
yet. I mean, this could be our best episode and we won't be able to monetize it because...
Just type in Cheers song or something.
All right.
Good. Grief.
All right. Oh, you want the
And
2
yeah.
minutes and 30 seconds?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
Jesus.
do that. Oh,
Just sends you like, don't lash out at me.
I don't know why I hate it so much. I think maybe because it would like, it came on like a specific time.
When you wanted other things to be on. I
Like
feel like
in
that's...
place of The Simpsons or something.
Yeah. That's what would drive me crazy. Is like when I'd be watching Nickelodeon and they'd put all the black and white stuff on, like Nick at Night, is like, put the cartoons back on. Mm-hmm. This is I didn't realize it was so long. They definitely don't play all this.
I hated that the most when I was little, when they would have like these teenager.
Oh, what was with the guitar?
Wait, I didn't hear it. I was talking. What? Bow, wow.
It just... Is this the original one?
Intro song. TV song, yeah. Song where everybody knows. And yeah, we... Gary...
It seems a little different.
Portnoy.
So which part did you not like? You said you didn't like the... The peanut...
I don't know why that makes me just want to kill myself.
Wow. Can I stop it now? Anyway... So we were talking about this show, right? It's really...
Not that the song is bad. It's my own issues.
I know exactly what you mean.
Okay.
I do. Like that MASH theme with the... I think it's partly because it's like a horn. And it's like this just sad, boring, and it's war. And I wasn't interested in war as a kid. And it was just depressing. And you had all these... It was like... As a kid, I felt like it was an old show that just was barely out of the black and white. It just felt old and like a grown-up's dumb show.
And why are you putting it on... Nickelodeon or whatever.
It wasn't on Nickelodeon. That was something else. But I just like, I'd be like, why the fuck?
TV Land or something?
Who watches this? I hated it. It's the theme song, though. It's a huge part. It's the theme song. Also the show. Yeah, I fucking hated it. So anyway, this show is much better than that. Just skip past the intro, skip past the outro, because the music choices are weird. Like you said, for Japanese shows, maybe there's like a template or something.
Yeah. The ending, so you have this, kind of homey food shop, and it opens with like a guitar song, like an acoustic sounding song.
Like a ballad.
But folky almost.
Yeah.
And then it ends with this kind of...
much more modern.
Modern pop rock, almost like an anime, like you just watched an anime or something.
It reminded me of watching One Punch Man, and both the musical choices. No, I guess the musical choice at the beginning, because it was more action-y, and then at the end it's like this weird, sad, like rainy day music, like the opposite of this show. And then you'd have to watch it, and it was quite long, but there'd always be a little bit at the very end, so you had to either watch through or try to skip through the end credits to get to the end, like special end bit, you know.
It just didn't really fit.
Yeah. But the show is really cute, and if you're going to watch it, maybe pause this and make sure you come back to it. But my favorite one is the one where there's this traveling musician, and, well, I guess maybe I won't give the story away, but he looks like a little Gilbert Gottfried. We both kind of...
It's so weird.
So, yeah.
The way his mouth
little
smirks.
Grimace. Yeah.
And...
It's more like a grimace, like he's a little bit pinched, like,
Yeah.
And he's been this traveling musician, and then this food critic comes along, and you're like all ready to not like this guy, because he comes into the diner, and the master, the owner guy is like, why did he bring this food critic to my place? And you're like, he's going to be a dick. But he recognizes the musician, and like...
Okay.
So should
spoiler.
I not... Well, should I not tell it? Or
I think you already spoiled it.
Yeah, but that's not like the key part.
It kind of is one of the things that you don't find out till the end.
Okay, so, but I think if you watch
You ruined it.
I already said I was gonna fucking spoil it.
Oh.
Yeah, like
I'm
listen
sorry.
with your ears. It was just really sweet. Like I thought, I'm gonna cry on this episode. I was very touched.
Yeah.
And the main character, the owner cook guy, is just so likable, and some of the faces he does and how he reacts to like people acting inappropriately.
He's like the straight man.
Yeah. But it's kind of cute because he'll like be coming to bring someone their dishes out and then look up and they're making out, like the couple with the natto. And he just like, so he like looks down and like backs away. It's cute, but it's also very comedic. It's just a really fun little, they're really short, 23, 27, like a typical kind of sitcom episode.
I mean, that's decently long.
And if you're interested in like the Japanese language, if you're Japanophile, basically, is that how you would say it? It's just cute. It's just fun.
A weeb?
What's a weeb?
If you're a weeaboo. or
what
a
is
weeb.
that? Is that like a
Isn't that
jugaboo?
what?
Juggalo? Oh, no.
I think you mispronounced it though. I think it's Jig.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I think we should definitely cut that
I
out.
was. I
You were
was trying to
thinking
think
Juggalo.
of. Yes.
You know, actually, there was
Actually.
actually there was an episode of Oni Plays where Lyle is talking about the lock jiggling, and he's like,
Oh no.
"There's a gigolo behind it." Gigolo means a male prostitute, and I was like, "What is the word for?" Because I was thinking of what is the word for juggalo, but I typed in the bad, wrong, racist word first because I was like, "What?"
They say it in
What is
Police
it?
Academy, and I was like, "What is this?"
They say the racist word?
Yeah. Like
Because
one
I've
of the
never actually heard. I've heard one person say it. I think.
because the short black recruit trainee, whatever, they're doing the driving test, and she's
Should we
really
expound on this? Because are you just gonna cut it?
no. I'm gonna say because I didn't say the word, but my point is in the Police Academy movie, she is doing the driving test and she's really enjoying herself. And she's just like giggling and singing as she drives. And then she drives over one of the white cops. Like they're just like these two like wannabe Marines or something, but they're cops, trainees. And she drives over his foot and he calls her that. And then the big Hightower, the big black guy who I think it is in real life might have been like a football player, comes over and he like either picks him up or he does something. The guy gets in the car and he like squishes the car or does some crazy thing because it makes him so mad. And I think he gets kicked out. But then they get him back in. Anyway, so that was the first, I think, and possibly only time I've heard that word. And I was like, I'm gathering that's bad. Because I was a kid, of course, watching Police Academy. Well, anyway, why were we saying that? What was the thing? Oh,
Juggalos.
weeaboo. Wait, what were you saying?
Weeaboo.
What is that?
It's like a Japanese nerd, I guess.
Like
a person that I guess isn't Japanese, but tries to identify as Japanese or something. I don't actually.
Why is
really
it called
know.
Weeaboo? Because of the Wii, Nintendo Wii.
I don't think so.
What?
But I
what
don't
does it
actually
come from?
know.
Oh, okay.
It's Weabo. You can also, Boo.
Mostly derogatory slang term for a Western person who is obsessed with Japanese culture, especially anime, often regarding it as superior to other cultures. That's kind of like you.
I don't watch anime.
No, but you're obsessed with Japanese culture. That's part of it.
Am I obsessed with Japanese culture?
No, not really. But you can be kind of. Never mind. Let's not go into that.
No, let's go into it.
We've been into it before.
Have we really?
Yeah, where I said you were a little bit biased about
what? When?
Let's move on from it. I'm gonna cut this anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, skip the intro, skip the outro, but at the end they do tell you how to make, well, very briefly, how to make whatever kind of the highlighted dish or dishes are, which is kind of funny. I don't think you could get away with it in like a white American show, partly because
I don't know if that's.
But you know what I think it is.
But
partly,
your show wouldn't be taken seriously if you did that kind of stuff here. But then again, I don't think it's being taken seriously there.
I don't know. Do you by Japanese people?
I don't think so. I think it's a very small, strange show that
It was very highlighted, like at the top.
I'm gonna bet that a lot of if Japanese people have seen it or know about it, they're probably like, yeah, it's kind of a weird show.
Can I mention your language exchange friend? Have we mentioned her by name?
I don't think so.
Do you want me not to say her name? You should ask. You should ask her. Does she have Netflix?
I don't think she would care about me mentioning, but I don't know if she has Netflix. Probably not.
You could just ask her if she's heard of it, because it might be interesting.
Yeah.
But I wonder if you couldn't get away with it in an American show because we don't have like an older culture. Like we don't have super old traditions. You know? So you kind of have some of these quirks of like traditional stuff pushing up against like modern stuff, and just, I don't know, maybe because I'm an outsider, quote unquote, like I'm like, oh, that's cute, and it's different.
Yeah.
But because you kind of came at it a little more cynical, or like, ugh.
Did I?
Well, you were just like, I don't know.
It just felt like a weird thing to have on Netflix. It felt like a weird. It looks like something that should be on YouTube or something. You know, it's not super professional. It just seems very low budget, and it just makes me think like, so can anybody just be on Netflix?
Yeah.
A little strange. You know, I feel like I've seen more high produced stuff on YouTube than that.
I think when you keep it in the diner, it's like you wouldn't know how low budget it is. But then, like, there was a scene where a guy was in the boxing ring and the lighting and the sound was really bad. But it was like, but the story was good and interesting. Again, I don't know if it's because it's like, oh, it's Japanese and, you know, I like listening to them talk and like it's just kind of cute.
Yeah.
But then
it's just like a culture exposure.
But then there were a couple like where you have the Yakuza guy who, slightly spoilers, who comes in and he wants wieners. You know, he wants hot dogs, and the master, I keep calling him the master
Little
makes
octopus hot dogs.
Octopus hot dogs. So they're like split, and once he cooks them, they kind of curl up like little octopus tentacles. And the guy comes in, and that's what he gets every time. And everyone's kind of nervous around him. But then he's like, he becomes a regular, and then he kind of becomes friends with this older gay man who runs a local nightclub or something, like a gay bar.
Oh yeah.
And they're like friends, and you know, it's just, I don't know, they're like cute, nice little stories. And then there's a couple that are kind of like, one of them kind of ends a little bit tragically.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Are we thinking of the same one, or is there more?
The
with the
woman
young
that dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
But anyway, I feel like if you go back and watch from the beginning, you'll forget these spoilers. Put them out of your head. Just don't think about it. I'll put spoiler in the description. But
well, we've only been through a couple, so we haven't spoiled that many.
Yeah.
Episodes.
I just like the idea of, and I think that's a lot of why I like certain shows that are based in the same place or situation every time, especially if it's like
cozy.
a restaurant or a cozy, like a pub, not Cheers, but
I think Cheers is bad because it's kind of so dated.
yeah.
All I can think about is like the hairdos,
The shoulder pads.
the shoulder pads, and just the like, it's like you can smell it and it smells like it's from the 90s. I don't know how.
80s probably.
Yeah,
Early
yeah,
90s,
you're probably
but
right.
I think 80s.
80s, yeah.
And I just like a closer, that's what
Maybe
I like.
even 70s.
No.
Late 70s? You don't think so? All right, let's look this up.
You want to make a wager?
I'm going to guess it started in 78.
I'm going to say 83.
All right.
1982.
1982.
So basically I win, right?
Yeah, you're a punk.
But I am closer to that.
Feels very 70s
age.
though. Look at those hairdos.
That's 80s. Boyfriend, you don't even know.
Well, that's true.
That's true, I don't. I mean, I had a perm. I had multiple perms. Did you ever have a perm?
No.
Did you ever have shoulder pads? See, I know. I lived this. I lived this reality.
Okay.
I live this nightmare, and I have to think about it from time to time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm not that much older than you. Only a few years. Is there any other thoughts that you have about this show? Do you have any other shows or movies, Japanese, that you would like to recommend? Giri Haji was good.
It was good,
Okay,
but
except for that one episode
spoiler.
where it's the weird dance
Spoiler.
montage thing. Not montage, what would you call that?
Spoiler.
Yeah, I'll put
The
spoiler.
end of the show.
It wasn't even like the very end. It was like this weird little interlude.
It was at the very least. It was towards the end.
It was like a weird group interpretive dance.
It was so fucking.
They went out on a
weird.
limb. The limb broke off. Everyone fell and was crippled forever, horribly. No, not really, but just pretend. As I do with so many shows and movies, I pretend that part wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because you don't need it for the story.
They ruined it. It's this serious police show with like drama and people seriously acting and doing a good job, and then you throw this end bit in where everybody's fucking doing interpretive dance and singing.
If they hated it. Do you think they hated it and they were like, this is not going to work, but we have to do it, and the rest of the show is really good?
I have to guess that at least some of them were like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What is this?
But they are actors, so they might be like, yeah, this is like cutting edge. This is, groundbreaking or something.
It
People
just-
are going to love this.
All it did to me is pull me out of the story.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you took away believability and,
Yeah. So basically, it's a guy who's coming over from Japan to England to find his brother, who I think has gotten involved with the Yakuza. And so he's bumping up against like English culture.
His brother
and
pissed me off so much.
But as the story progressed, you kind of saw that he wasn't the guy you thought he was, as so many shows go in the beginning. What he was doing was selfish, but he was also doing good selfish things.
He was such a piece of shit. He was such a
you just
freaking
latch
piece
on
of
to
shit.
that. You got to think about,
because then he was like at the end. So okay, spoilers. Because the main guy stepped in to take care of the little dumbass brother's bullshit. He then got in trouble, and then the little brother turns around at the end and is like trying to act all high and mighty like the big brother was the one with the problem. It's like, man, he was covering up your stupid act. If you hadn't have fucking killed somebody, spoiler, if you hadn't have killed somebody, he wouldn't have had to cover your shit up. I guess he should have just let you go to prison or something,
But I think you latch onto that because
he was such an asshole.
Because then the end is he has basically a wife or a girlfriend and a child to try to protect and get out of the Yakuza
who
world.
was the fucking Yakuza boss's daughter that he banged because he's a fucking moron.
He didn't bang her. He fell in love with her. He banged her, but he was at the end. They like reunite. Like he's trying to get back to her. She's pregnant, or has had the baby. I forget. And she is gorgeous. Like
he was just a fucking moron.
He was kind of
and
a fucktard.
And then to throw his older brother who was covering his shit up, who was helping him out.
But it all kinds of ends up okay, doesn't it?
You're the one with the problem. It's like,
anyway,
man, he didn't fucking kill that person. You did, you
Brandon
asshole.
Gets really, which I do admire about you because you really you really don't, it's not you don't suffer fools, you don't suffer assholes gladly. But I think it ruins your experience of the show or the movie because you latch onto that. Like you didn't enjoy Trainwrecked because you were like, she was just an asshole, but she grows. Like you do have to,
But there's like this sort of kind of like manipulation with movies. Like you're supposed to be feeling this, and then a character does a 180, and you're supposed to feel for them. And I think very rarely I feel for them. Sometimes I do, but a lot of the time it's like, no, and you're still being an asshole. The guy was still being an asshole. I know it's not real life, but I'm worked up.
It's still a really good show.
Yeah.
If you can kind of get past that. And there's a lot of great Japanese actors and there's a lot of great English, or I should say British actors. Because there's Kelly MacDonald is in it. The guy who played Billy Elliot's older brother, who I have not seen in anything else. He's really good. Just other people. Who's the guy who plays kind of the mob-ish bot? He's so funny. Lots of good people. I forget all. I don't know a lot of their names, but really good cast. Giri Haji, GIRI/HAJI.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Midnight Diner. I would like to find more cool Japanese shows, but I think it's adorable, even though that sounds probably patronizing. But I do think it's really cute and like there's also good stories.
Yeah.
And the food, I think that's my main draw.
And you can learn how to make it at the end of every episode.
Pork cutlet. What does he make him?
Pork cutlet.
Rice and pork cutlets.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know. Yeah, not so much the wieners, the octopus wieners.
That was kind of funny. Just this Yakuza boss eating some little octopus wieners.
Yeah.
Very seriously.
Yeah. But it's fun. So you should check it out. So now that we've got ourselves worked up into an appetite, an angry appetite, some of us anyway, you want to go make some chocolate chip cookies?
Oh, yeah.
You guys want to make some cookies?
Yeah, that's... Wait, sorry.
I'm going to keep that in so people know what a fucking pig you are.
Don't do it. I'll cry.
Crying is a part of living.
Fair enough.
Your eyes are watering from that. What did you eat? Is it the bubbly water? Man.
Leave me alone. You're picking on me.
Okay. Anything else you want to add to our dear listeners?
I don't think so. It's a fun show, though.
All right, guys. It would be cool if you watch the show and let us know what you think. And give it a chance if you do. It's on Netflix.
It's very strange.
Try at least a couple. It's kind of strange. Try at least a couple episodes before you judge it. And let us know in the comments what you think.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care of yourselves.